colleagues. How did that go?
Well, again, I'd like to say thanks for the walk-in invite. I see Honorable Nagbe Sloh here. He will be talking to you on other national issues. But like you rightly say, yes, the president of Liberia, His Excellency Dr. George Mananria, joined other colleagues from the West African sub-region in Abuja on Saturday for the sole purpose of those issues that are very germane to their people and the region. Some of the countries in the West African region will be going to elections. Those issues was also highlighted during the ordinary section, which of course ended with a resolution. There's a new chair. Nigeria chaired this 55th. End of the day, it was peaceful. The leaders came up with their resolution, which of course was adopted after all of the discussions. And I think from the way we see it, the way Africa is gradually setting in, the young leaders, the old ones, we hope that they can keep their discussion and protect the stability of the region, because if one country in the region gets affected with crisis, it affects all other neighboring countries. So that's been very key, and I'm sure they are up to the task, and the discussion went very well.
Now you said this
security, there's been election violence, there's been protests taking place in some of the countries. Before they had the heads of state meeting, there was meeting with the security apparatus of the sub-region. They discussed some of the issues. The issue of the June 7 protests was also highlighted, not in the presidential discussion, but it was highlighted before. So those security on some of those cases, so that the region can be peaceful. Remember, the AU summit is coming up, where all of the countries in Africa were assembled, but this unique assembly was about the countries in the West African sub-region, and that is why it was an ECOWAS summit.
I know one major communique they signed was about the adoption of the single currency. Do you care to tell us a bit about that?
Yeah, I think that discussion's been on the table before this current ordinary 55th ordinary sitting, and it's good that the leaders they've been working on this. The financial experts in the region, including ours and other countries in the region, they've been looking at this currency issue. They call it ECO. Is going to come into actual news. But some of the countries haven't met the benchmark, including us here in Liberia. So it's going to take us some time to fall in that line. We are hoping that between where we are now to the full implementation of the single currency for the region, and of course they will look at it again in the next discussion prior to the official usage of the money. So it is all about trade in the region and making sure that you travel and use one currency. So you leave from Liberia, you got to go, you got to change money to get the Nigerian money, you got to go to Africa. So it's borrowing trade. So for free trade in the region. So
you, Mr. Deputy Press Secretary, the president, I'm sure, had meetings, I understand, with that.
The intent of the president's visit to Abuja was for the 55th ordinary sitting of ECOWAS. On the side of it, the president will have scheduled to meet other dignitaries and other past presidents. There was a meeting in the making for he, and the president of the RCC was also very impressed with the president upward. Before the president became president, he's been tilting this path of peace. Remember his UNICEF Goodwill Ambassador, he's been peace ambassador here and there, and he's maintained the issue of that. At the meeting, there was an invitation extended to the president to pay a visit to the court sometime on his own convenience. So it was a very fruitful meeting, owing to the fact that the president, of course, are discussing those issues, getting to know the intent of the RCC and hearing from the president his take on some of the issues that the RCC.
But based on the meeting, do you think it's likely that the president could string along with the RCC?
There's discussion on the way, and like the head of the RCC said, he hoping that the president was at least not at the forum expected, but a courtesy visit was very necessary, and the president was equally glad to see that this discussion around the RCC is not just something that is about Liberia. The RCC representation was actually felt at the ECOWAS. We was very upfront, and it was a big opportunity again for the team from the RCC to come face to face with the president. And he was very upbeat about discussing Liberia case, and we are hoping that.
And the final presidential message?
Well, it's always good when the president travel and when you hold bilateral discussion. The president is due back in country on tomorrow. I know upon arrival he will brief the Liberian people that stole some of the closed doors. He may like to tell the nation what some of the discussion was centered around, but it's always good when the president travels to have the opportunity to see how leaders interact and some of the things they discuss. So let's look forward to his return on tomorrow.
Thank you very much, Deputy Press Secretary Sinoe Toby. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
He left trending issues, getting his personal perspective as a lawmaker. Nagbe, welcome.
Thank you, sir.
How you doing?
It looks like I'm okay.
It looks like you're okay.
Yeah.
So it means that you.
Oh, I mean, you see, that's why every time you hear, oh, the guy was sitting with us yesterday, he was fine, then he just died like that. There was something inside that you didn't know.
Okay, so now you've been Representative Sloh. You've been out. Health.
Yes.
Okay, so
annually at this age now, I'm 55. We are all.
You're still a young man.
We are all spare parts now. You got to keep adding. Yeah, you got to go check it out.
Greasing and all of that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm praying that one of these days we'll do it at home.
Okay, but before let's get to business now. Before you traveled to the U.S. and this whole news came about that you were in Sinoe or into the corners, the look in the corners. You and Representative your colleague, Representative Duncan, yeah. You all were there.
It's no reason, and I don't see one reason coming for me to organize anything against President Weah. Anything that happens to him, good or bad, happens to me.
But you've been
our thing in-house. I have unfettered access to the president at home, at the office, and all of that. So I'm not going to use the microphone or the streets of Greenville to discuss anything about the president.
So where do you think the news will come from, the report will come from that now?
As Charles MacArthur Taylor, as even President Weah, they know TLG better than anybody.
He's just a frank man, that's all. He's a patriot, he's a nationalist. That's all.
In District 2, in District 3, nobody in Vukpadi, nobody in Kakekpo, nobody in government, nobody anywhere on the soil of Sinoe or anywhere in Liberia.
Apparently you did the mobilization.
Said from Cape Mount to Cape Palmas. Ask anybody if I ever discuss any demonstration with the weight of Duncan, of Nagbe Sloh, of Matthew Zaza, of all
what
the
weight do you people have? What weight do you have?
We are going to remove that man as senator.
Honorable Sloh, what actually
read my lips.
Honorable Sloh,
I don't joke.
What actually was your mission to Sinoe County prior to your departure to America?
The mayor is asking me why I go to my district.
I want to know.
Do I represent Cape Mount?
You represent Sinoe County, but people do visit their counties for specific.
What has to do what? I was not a party. I'm still not a party to the demonstration. The people who organize it, none of them can tell you that they ever discussed it with me or I knew any of their planning actions. I'm not blaming them why they didn't inform me. Let them ask the people whether they ever saw me anywhere. Let this man tell you.
You might have done it overnight.
What do you call overnight? Something like that, you do it overnight?
Okay.
And then here you are, you've come back
Let
to
me
the
tell you
US
something.
saying that you want to,
Chief,
you and others will be removing TJ. What?
During the election, 2017, I was running on the Unity Party ticket. The same Sinoe people called me. My man, for you, only the candidate from God will beat you. Your election is finished. Don't worry about it. But if you come here and talk anything about Georgia, then we'll change it. We'll move you. You will not win anything. It's known all over Sinoe. You think, when the last time you were there, PR for TJ, it will not help you all. My man, the entire county, the leadership of the county is united against this council.
You call TJ the council? What makes it a council?
Council is
a realist, a man who raises alarms when
that's why I say you are a PR man for the man. You are a PR man. I don't know how much he's paying you. Say
you okay.
As you know, last year the government had 200,000 in the budget for every county for county development fund, but because of the economic situation, it was reduced to 100,000. Even now, I'm told that the 100,000 is not yet available. Our legislative support projects are still at least, there's no money to fund them. So I will be keen in knowing what gets in there for legislative support projects and for county development funds.
Let me take you back to Sinoe. I know we have spoken about the national issues, but first let's talk about your constituency. Let me take you back to Sinoe. District 2, Red. How are you and authors going to carry out this whole conspiracy about the removal of TJ?
What do you call conspiracy?
How are you going to do it?
We have a constitution that's
the political pedigree.
January 2024.
Does he have the pedigree as compared to TJ to be a senator?
You go compare to TJ.
TJ is influential.
TJ was born senator. What do you call influential? You know Duncan well? I don't think so. You see, there's your TJ Don. You need to get out of it and think a little more about your county.
So you
come from Sinoe.
So you intend to vote him out during the elections?
The man will be for Duncan and I General ERBC when you know you are not direct general, or if you know you are not direct general ERBC, how do you call it?
What do you think all of this is coming from? Is prompting TJ to take all of this action?
Because we have told him that we are putting Duncan against him. The election even can't here 4 years ahead of time when
they to realize that this man sent a list to GVL, when you knew about it, you did not raise the alarm. Is it now that?
We just got the information, oh man. Today's my first day going to the office since I came 2 days ago, and I got the letter that he sent me.
So you think TJ will do that unilaterally?
Who and he did it? He did it on behalf of the caucus. Duncan doesn't know, I don't know. Senator Chia doesn't know. Of course you know Zaza doesn't know.
Is there anything criminal about that?
Hey man, impersonation is not a crime.
No, I'm asking.
Where are you coming from? It's going to be a crime. Why will you present yourself as who you are not? Sending different people on Sinoe County scholarship. You know, one of my friends, he called Mohammed, he said, we'll dick with it. We'll dick with it.
So you'll dick with it?
We'll dick with it.
Why?
And that's one of the counts that will make him former member of the caucus.
Representative Sloh, why often there's no cordiality amongst members of the caucus? There's always...
I just told you the council, we have all now agreed that this council, we have identified the council. You know, if you have a problem, the first thing you need to do is to identify the problem and find solutions to that problem. All right? We have identified this man. The whole county has identified him. The entire county leadership has identified him as the stumbling block for development in the county. Oh man, what kind of senator will go to the president and say these people are... I mean, if we do it, I don't have a problem with you reporting it. But that kind of yellow, black, green lie, you carry to the president of the country. That's sedition. You know what the sedition is? I know better. I'm not a lawyer, but I will not do anything that is seditious against the government of which I'm a part.
Now you guys feel threatened and troubled by this?
Threatened by what? TJ? Oh man. Hey man, trouble man. Ask for Makbo. as Charles Taylor, as Samuel Doe. Who doesn't know the man? He's a menace.
He has taken your names now to the president. Something should be frightened by
It fell on the what I think to get to the foreign ministry. The quota over there. They play fell.
It did not reach the president.
Only if that man knew that nobody respects him in that mansion, he will not even go there looking for a way to get close to president. He destroyed his relationship with Ambassador Weah before
I've seen him with the president on several occasions, walking with the
you
president.
expect the president to tell a certain senator, don't come near me?
So does it mean that he doesn't have good rapport with the president? He does have.
It depends what you call good rapport. The president I know will never tell a certain legislator, whether member of the House or senator, don't come here. You can go there and talk to your team. When you finish, you get your trouble.
You see what
you get out of that discussion with the president is one man.
You see what the senator has done by reporting you guys to the president. You think does that?
By lying on you to the president. Why are you afraid to use the appropriate words when you talk about TJ?
But you can't say lies.
I know you are not short of words. So, but you got sharp mouth. Describe this menace as what it is.
So let me just come in.
So I'll come in before you come in. So are you guys threatened and frightened that maybe the president may not no longer see you guys as people who he can trust and you should be frightened? Is that fear you have?
The president knows TJ more than we know him. Nobody in the mansion, nobody anywhere in this country believes what TJ said.
Does that dampen your relationship with the president, the caucus relationship?
What? No effect.
It doesn't have?
You know, there's some medication when you say they give it to you, nothing changed. The medical people say no desired effect.
Have you spoken with the president since you came back?
No, I came on Thursday, he left Friday. In fact, I booked an appointment on Friday to see him, but I didn't know he was leaving that morning.
And you say when he comes, you will see him?
I'm seeing the president.
With the news of you and others trying to mobilize against him.
The president doesn't believe it. We know the president doesn't believe it. It has nothing to do with our relationship with him. We have a very strong relationship with the president.
A very strong one.
Very, very strong one.
You're making reference to the caucus or individuals on
individual members and the caucus as a collectivity, minus council.
What's the relationship with the booth manager in Sinoe?
Relationship with me or with...
Yeah, the caucus, the relationship of the caucus, more especially Representative Duncan, Greater Duncan, and Nagbe Sloh.
The put manager is our friend. In fact, he calls me Big Brother. He was in my office just before I came on this show this afternoon. He's a very respectful young man. Ask the managing director of the port. Ask all his deputies. Ask even Messiah Coffee Brown, who was head of the port before Bill went there.
Apparently you are praising him because you all were part of the same team. Mobilizing against
the TJ accused him of being one of those individuals who assisted you people in Sinoe to mobilize people against the president.
This boy cannot mobilize anybody against Fly. F-L-Y. Fly. Very respectful guy. Young man.
Humans are two-faced and Nagbe Sloh.
You see, before TJ made that allegation, he had a telephone conversation with that boy and the man recorded it.
Okay.
Alright? Where he made threatening remarks about the boy and other people for his senatorial bid. How he will get even with this boy. That's how limited he is. So who will listen to that recording and then you make allegation against the boy, maybe 1 month later, then we're supposed to believe you? That boy has never even organized students to support himself.
What's the situation like now on Capitol Hill? Reports we had was that almost a month there was no electricity at all.
They're still not there.
It's still not there.
I just came from my office straight here.
Why?
I sent letters to Broad Street to type before I came.
So why?
I'm not the speaker. I'm not the chairman.
No, you may not be the speaker, but the point of the matter is that you should be informed. Your colleagues should tell you.
Nobody has informed me.
Why there's no electricity?
Nobody has informed me.
For the past 1 month.
I'm going to session for the first time on tomorrow. since I came.
You requested to meet with the president. Have you done that with the speaker also?
To do what with him? I got nothing to tell him. He got nothing to tell me.
Oh, he's a leader at the House of Representatives.
That's why I said if I have something to tell him, I will ask. In fact, I will not need to make an appointment. I'll walk to him and say, this is something I want you to do for me or for the country or something. But I don't have anything to tell.
So what's your description of the leadership performance at the House of Representatives?
If I have my own will, we'll have new speaker and new image.
No, I'm asking.
How are we supposed to work? We are required to wear Kosu or African clothes to go to work. Please. Come to my office tomorrow, sit in.
Can be addressed.
How? There's nothing we can do. This is the most powerful speaker in recent memory. He has divided the house. He got friends and foes. He doesn't talk to some of us.
This could be
You can put your feet up and put your hands up and put your hair up and everything up. He knows who to recognize. You already took my time and gave it to Deputy Press Secretary. Don't take my time.
No, but let's know. It's important, Honorable Sloh.
Yeah.
What are some of those things that you think the speaker you wanted to raise or that he didn't give you the opportunity to raise?
Constitutionally, ministries and agencies are supposed to report to us quarterly on what they do with the money that we put in the budget for them. Let the speaker tell you how many ministries have reported. None. Zero. Nada. All right? And the dirtiness of the Capitol building. Oh man, go over there and go use.
You are demeaning the office that you work for.
You were, when you come to TJ, you.
But I don't go to TJ. What was
no. When it comes to TJ, you're short of words.
No, I'm saying you demeaning. But what kind of words? I said you're demeaning the office that you work for.
Truth is not demeaning. Go pass in front of Capitol building bathroom. After the show, I will carry you.
You denigrating the building.
I will put Serene on, so we'll get there in 5 minutes. Go past in front of bathrooms in Capitol building. If you don't vomit, then your heart will come from different place.
So what does that show now, Representative? What does
Poor
that show?
leadership. Bad leadership. Capitol building in darkness, filthy. And nobody respects us. I just addressed 7 Liberian communities in America on my recent trip.
What did you tell them?
Nobody respect. They don't want to see us. They don't want to hear us.
You sounding as
got no respect.
You sounding as if you are preparing to lead a movement to get out the speaker.
I started that from almost 4 or 5 months ago. I'm still on it.
A conspiracy.
I will not give up until it's
a conspiracy plan.
What do you call conspiracy? This is the only thing you learn in school, right? Conspiracy.
But
you conspire with some colleagues to remove the speaker. Discussing with them.
Somebody listening to you.
Negative.
Somebody listening to you could say.
But removal is it positive?
Yes, it is.
What makes removal positive?
If you are standing in the way of progress, you're not supposed to be there. Oh man, that house can help the government move mountains in this country. As we are now, the one Louis Brown called sleeping giant. That's what we are.
You are sleeping giant.
That's what we are, Chief.
You're painting a very bad picture of the legislature of the.
Why will you look at truth and call it bad picture? You want me to lie?
Your colleagues.
Oh, the bathrooms in Capitol Building are the cleanest.
You could reach me.
I was in the bathroom the other night in Capitol Building and eating at the same time. Man, the place too clean. And I good picture. Then you go there tomorrow and say numbers are lie. I was not born to lie.
But do you know whether there are efforts being made to
zero effort? 2 years will be whether you say effort. If you make effort, I will not know.
But Honorable Sloh, you have an opportunity to always assemble in the plenary, and there you are giving the
in the plenary, Chief.
You do go for executive sessions where you sometimes raise all of these issues. So why have you chosen to bring this very important?
You asked for it, I give it to you. Then you say, why I choosing to bring it?
No, the situation that you're discussing. Someone listening to you. Someone listening to you out there.
I didn't raise it. I was talking about Sinoe. You brought Capitol building politics, so I'm giving it to you as it is.
You risk being suspended.
Yeah.
Where?
by your colleagues
I said,
for demeaning the body, the House of Representatives.
What you call demeaning the body? The
Painting
capital
a very
building
bad
is, the
picture
capital
of the
building, you
capital
see, I said to him, Mary Broad talk, capital building string. It came from Mary Broad.
Mary Broad is
It
not
came
a
from me.
lawmaker. You are
Go
a
ask one
legislator.
legislator who will say capital building clean. One, ONE.
You could be alone tomorrow if I go there to ask.
That was a try A. In fact, don't take it from us. The bathrooms are not hidden. They are not somebody's private farm. You will not even enter your private farm at it. Is that hidden? Go there. Electricity has not been there. You raise it. I was not even here for more than 1 month. No electricity in Capitol Building.
But
Then you
Representative
say-
Sloh, you are voted by your constituents. You are an influential member, I'm sure, in the House of Representatives. Why don't you
Depends
just
on what you call influential.
you are known? You got your colleagues who listen to you. Yeah, you are. You're trying to gather signatures to remove this.
I did not say that.
Yeah, you
Don't
are.
put words in my mouth.
But yeah, you are trying to conspire to remove the speaker.
Conspire.
Now, or planning to remove the speaker.
Yeah, they're conspiracy. I
No,
will
the
try
point
to
is,
make a
the
dictionary
point.
that
Don't
has
you
no
think?
conspiracy
Don't you
inside
think,
for
Nagbe
you.
Sloh, that you could?
You think that's my job?
That's your job. You
have a committee. They have Western committees. We have a committee.
But you could inquire.
Each of those
You could
committees
inquire.
are answerable
Okay.
to you.
To
Each of
whom?
those committees are answerable to the plenary of the House. Okay.
You don't just stand up and talk.
Representative,
Presiding officer must recognize you.
my question
So-
is,
There are certain people who are banned from being recognized.
So you are being
for life.
you are implying that you've been sacked.
713, that's the numbers to call. Let me see what's happening here. 0880 514 096 or 0880 51. Let's take this call. Good afternoon, sir. Your name and where you calling from?
Yeah, I'm Charles Nagbe, and I'm from second town this afternoon.
Okay, let's hear from you.
Somebody want to use this time to commend Nagbe Sloh. I think his deliberation was very unique, and I think I must commend him this afternoon. And he talked about the morale. Let me see with this country. He's letting go of the representative. We have a speaker of the House that controls the vote in the House of the legislative. It's always unfortunate to hear for silent country. One of our leaders is the delegating the police. Some of us, we didn't get credit to that. We checked all our leaders on the Nagbe Sloh and with Christian Dogging and others who are also working to see the betterment of our country. So we have a senator who instructions about our leader. I listened to the honorable guest and he spoke well. Let me also send this message to the honorable speaker. Actually, yesterday I was to chapter 30 and I found that in the Lao place or in darkness. And I started to ask myself what is happening to our country. Because if you what I want to comment with the Nagbe Sloh for his people from South County. I want to say that Colombo immediately is a constituent. My defense is not what went on in South County about the protest about Nagbe Sloh and
514-096, better still 0776 089 713. That's the numbers to call, and then you are live right here on the
happening. Now, the issue of South County,
speaker.
you should be somebody that is there, that understands what the people that pass you before you speak. But also let the country you are being somewhere you go to the hospital, but maybe you are sick. And then you just coming back and tell us.
But someone let me quickly say, look, and Nigeria is a country that we all love so much, and also from final country, that we call a mile, because it's academic potency that he has to give a remainder of the speaker, and so they want to close his eyes on things that are that does not represent the House. Tomorrow you will have a report before plenary that should be expelled or suspended for the House and is being led as but today we are considered that they are taking decision that is not completed in the interest of the level.
Okay, call back.
And liaising with the speaker that is completed for the honor, doing the wrong thing, things happen to all, they have nothing to say, they're bullying the constitution, they're bullying everything about rules, and people think we should...
But Honorable Vincent, hello. To investigate the actions of a legislator, and now he if he present a report. Which colleague was shot at? My man, you can't be doing this, man. And call on this radio. Yes, it is good that we give opportunity to everybody to talk, but it is also important that people speak with fact. You can't say that Honorable Yeke Kolwas was being shot at by police officers. That did not happen. It's wrong. You don't do that.
0776 089
Thank you very much. I listened to the Honorable Man, the nature to it, articulate the issues as to relate to our Liberian politics. Now, let me say this to you. The issue about Senator Tiaki is deliberating, and he's doing all to make the party to divide the party people. But just in one somebody that comes 2023, let us Senator Tiaki of our country. So, trying to get Senator Tiaki sitting here after 1 million money as superintendent, and he's there to this trying to tell people that reputable lawmakers of the country, they are there telling people that they protest against this government. Honorable Tiaki, the time has come.
Wrap it up. 0776 089 713 or 0880 096. Yeah, hello, your name, where are you calling from?
This is John Dixon. I'm calling from Tower, New Jersey.
Yes.
No, it seems that there is a personal interest when they are after a not the country. It's just fight, that's all. Because when you're saying about it, the national legislature, I was down there last week, there was electricity there, you had a country 1 month. A lot of things are going on for you. You're not buying things yet. So we need to see what about that now calling instead of fighting for your personal interest. It's not in this country. I'm calling from Yukuta.
Okay, what's the name?
Yeah, I'm joking. I want to congratulate our hero, Nagbe Sloh. You know, nature changes are officially, you don't want to face in friendship to the president. Welcome. God bless you people.
Okay, thank you very much. Let's do this final caller quickly on the line. Let's see what we'll have this final caller quickly on the line. Hello, caller.
Thank you.
Yeah, good evening.
I think we stop it at this point. Representative Sloh,
I hope you didn't cut that man off because you want to protect you.
I would have cut the man off. I can never do that. It's my brother there.
Okay.
Any response, please?
Well, again, thanks for having me here. I've not seen Burma for a little while. At least he's a young man, very respectful, and I'm glad for him. But again, I know when it comes to your friend and brother, TJ, you are hurt when anything. Just look at all the colors. Okay. What have we not done to hide this man? But you know the crab. Our people say you can't wrap the crab. The paws will always stick out. That's the man. So Duncan said, on my dead body, this is the crime that we committed. I was not even here for that election. But because I suppose Duncan now to be senator in 2023, that's my other crime too. But I accept it.
Well, I wanted the old man fool for him off.
They're not fool. Oh man, one caller said the man needs to be retired. Superintendent for so retiring honorably. That's what we would do for 2023. We could do it soon.
So in 24 hours, you still want to get it out by
No, he's out of the caucus. That one there, you can take it to the market. The check will